Hey you, psst, yeah you. You know what PS Vita addiction looks like? Well, stay tuned to the following video to find out. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's gonna be pretty lighthearted. Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 a.m. You know, that weird guy that comes and tells you about the PS Vita on YouTube because he has too much time on his hands. And if you're new here and you love this little handheld, it is called a PS Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And the following games I am going to talk about in this video are games that I am addicted to, that I just can't put down, or I just, happen to come back to. I can't get enough of them, in other words. Which games can you not get enough of? Make sure to leave me your suggestions down below, and maybe you'll see them in a future video. Because we're addicted! Here is my first numero uno addiction, but this is in no particular order, so just forget everything I just said. But the first game I am in fact going to talk about is called Bunny Must Die. Best name for a video game ever! You know how I have talked about the PS Vita game called Gundamoniums in the past before, which is a game I have been very, very addicted to? Believe me, it's probably for the best that there's no actual counter in the game. Well, another entry in the series that doesn't get a lot of attention in the grand scheme of things, and it's made by the same company, is called Bunny Must Die, Chelsea and the Seven Devils. But we just call it Bunny Must Die because that's way too long of a title, plus more fun to say. So this is the company's first attempt, or I'm assuming anyway it's their first attempt, at making a Metroidvania game. Do they succeed? Well, it wouldn't be on this list if it turns out that they didn't. And as you would expect from this company, if you've been keeping track with their track record, the story is basically nonsense. It's the year 1999, or 1999X, and you play as a bunny who grows cat ears, and hey, we can't have that because she's a bunny, and human too from the looks of it, and thus doesn't want cat ears, and she just has to go through this labyrinth of dungeons in order to not have cat ears anymore. That's basically the story. And I think what keeps making me come back to this particular game is just a sense of humor. Think what would happen if the likes of Metroid just never took itself seriously. But that doesn't mean it's a walk in the park either, because the later bosses in this game will definitely challenge you, so you really gotta be on your toes. And of course it comes with, the standard Metroidvania stuff. You'll find power-ups, health upgrades as you explore the levels and be able to progress further in said levels than you previously could when you first started. Oh, and did I mention that one of the bosses in this game is a literal cat, like as in a literal house cat? I don't know why it is, but it is. Man, I love this game. So the next game on our list isn't quite as weird, like at all, but it is pretty charming in its own right. This is At Field, or at least I'm assuming that's the way you say this game's name, like the keyboard at and then field, so yeah, I think it has to be right. So what the heck is this exactly? Well, it's a game that I highly recommend for anyone out there who is a big Hot Shots golf fan, or Everybody's Golf as it's called, outside of North America. Because that's pretty much what this is, but, oh, I got a twist for you, and it's not a good twist. This game includes motion controls. Okay, that's the one thing about it that I don't like, but for those of you who do like motion controls in your golf games, this one is for you. So in this, you take the shot like you would in a normal Hot Shots golf game, but then as soon as you hit the ball, you can pseudo-guide it with the motion controls, kind of like you would in Super Monkey Ball, only without the stick and just all motion controls. Yay! In fact, many of you out there are probably even shocked that I chose a game like this, considering that I dislike motion controls very heavily, and that's putting it pretty lightly. But I just love this game for the charm it has, and it's very challenging as well, but never feels cheap. In fact, some of the later courses in this game, you're really gonna have to be precise with those motion controls. So overall, I can at least tolerate them. And one of my favorite aspects about this game, aside from just that, is the level editor. Yes, back in the day when this first came out, you could actually build your own levels for other people to play online, all around the world. And as you would expect from an older game like this, the servers have since been shut down. But you can still use the level editor and create your own levels if you decide to. One of my favorite things about the game, and one that I just can't get enough of. Oh, and I should mention at this point that this is in fact a Japanese import, but don't worry, you won't need to know much of the language in order to enjoy this one. Next up is Love Live! School Idol Paradise, volume whichever one you happen to be playing at that moment, because there are in fact 3 versions of this game available on the PS Vita. Now this, much like with At Field, is in fact a Japanese only exclusive on said Vita, but much like with that game, you won't have to know much when it comes to the language in order to enjoy this one. Now I will admit here, I don't really know a whole lot about this series beyond just the Vita games. I guess it's an anime in Japan that's like super popular. And from what I'm hearing, they're making a new entry in this series even as soon as now in April 2022. So it's still chugging along strong. But as far as the whole plot goes, I don't really know because all of it's written in Japanese. But I just go for the tunage in this, and I really love its tunage. For you younger kids out there, that's 1990s talk for music. No, it's not. It has some great anime pop songs, both very high and upbeat, and low and melancholy. And if you're wondering what the difference is between all three of the games, well, it's the song lists. Each versions of the game have 3 different sets of songs in each of them. Now, I can't really tell again if there's a different storyline to each of them, but yeah, are you really gonna play a game like this for its story anyway? Seriously, have you seen the amount of Nico Nico memes online? And as far as its whole music rhythm aspect goes, it plays a lot like the Hatsune Miku games, at least as far as how you're supposed to time the button presses, when to hold, which one to press at a certain time, and yeah, you know how this goes. And there's a lot going on screen, and not once did I ever experience any lag. And you can also buy costumes for the characters, different stages, and such as you progress. So if you're a big music rhythm game fan, much like myself, you'll definitely appreciate this one's approach. So for all of you people who like, I don't even know what this game is, but if you like what you're seeing on the screen, then I suppose you'll like this game. This is Pix the Cat. So how to describe this one? I guess what would happen if you took the likes of Pac-Man and merged it with Choo Choo Rocket, but weren't allowed to hit walls. Very anti-wall in this game. You would have Pix the Cat. And I know it's a very weird description, but just hear me out, because I think you'll enjoy this game too. So you play as, unsurprisingly here, Pix the Cat. Okay, so again, just follow me here, because things are gonna get kind of weird. The way you progress in this game and go deeper into its levels is by hatching eggs that have ducks in them in order to stack them in rows behind you as they kind of play follow the leader, and then you have to drop them off at a target circle in order to set them free, all while trying not to hit the walls, because for some reason this cat just can't stop. Plus he just hates walls too. And as the game progresses and you collect more ducks, your speed will automatically increase, which will make it harder and harder to avoid those walls. Although the more and more I think about it, what exactly relationship does a cat have between a duck? Although I guess that if a bunny humanoid girl can grow cat ears, then anything is possible. Now I do have to give one word of warning here when it comes to its visual fidelity, because if you suffer from seizures or whatnot and the like, you may want to avoid this game because it can get pretty intense with this kind of material. I think the reason why I'm so addicted to this one is that it's the epitome of one more try kind of game. Kind of like Cuphead in that manner, where yes, you will die multiple times, I might add too, but you always just want to try one more time in order to get that perfect score and progress further into the levels, which might I add, there are 70 plus in this game. Yeah, just can't get enough of it. I don't like that face you made. And thus, that will conclude another rip-roaring adventure in PS Vita games that I'm super addicted to and can just not put down and I keep coming back to. It's a working title, progress. But guys, I would love to know, what games are you addicted to? Please tell me all about it down in the comment section. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous supporters who help make this content possible. So a big thank you goes out to Mishuga360, Bushin Ryu Cat, Milk Sama, Neo Arashi, Shin Snake, Alan Iwazu, Reiko Star, Zacrito, Matt Fox, B Mystery, McKees Blob, Airkick72, Hero Acer, BMF, Phantom XRS, Gutter Drums, Adam Sondi, Claimer Malarkey, Saul Ramirez, Himdall Imbert, PS Vita S, VG Legends, Kyla Brooks, Richard Cruz, Jared Haddo, JR, Joseph Shavak, Kevin Enright, Silica, Jelle, Heston Joseph, Per Sterner, H-Hitter, Crazy Cat, Adam Thury, Wendy K, Michael O'Connor, Rodrigo Vera, Sculpture Tugel TCG, David Ray, Buzz Sayan, Hector Gonzalez, Franz Hartle, Chris Foxhound, Rizal Pliskin, Kayonko, Aridri, 1488 Dental, Burzin Mystery, No Good, Azumara, Juan M. Hermosillo, Lacerated 87, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, Eric DeWitt, Donut Valley, Tasha Monty, Mazgus, Ricardo Martinez, Dr. Super Artie, Matt Hargett, Jamie, and Sabin Fire. And a special thank you to Jung Chen for the recent PayPal donation. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. I also have some affiliate links from PlayAsia and Amazon for anyone out there who is interested in purchasing something from their website. Basically, the way it works is, so long as you use one of those links to actually access their site, then anything you buy afterwards, a small commission will go to help support this content. I also have channel merchandise, and of course, as always, likes and shares can help equally as much. And remember everybody, the first step in beating an addiction is admitting that you have one, which I'm not going to, which means I'm also so far away from a recovery and loving it.